Everyone, Lisa here, aka Maggie Milo, and I'm here with another SNL challenge, and this time it was a package challenge. So I took about 10 to 15 items and I sent them off to Sandra, and then she did the same back to me. So I already did kind of a prep video on this on Friday. So if you want to go back and see some of the items that were in that, by all means, go ahead and go back and watch that and then come back to this video and see what I make. So when I was opening up the package that she had sent me, there was kind of these tags that were in a multicolor, almost like a rainbow. I mean, they were short a few colors for a rainbow, but I decided I was just going to run with the color scheme that was in those tags. And the pattern papers that she had sent me, and they were all like 2-inch strips that were cut from different pattern papers, and they matched the tags really, really well. So I decided I was just going to run with that idea of a rainbow type theme, and I just pulled the different pattern papers out and just kind of ran them along. So it almost looks like the tag is going to be bridged across the whole layout. And all I did was just trim each of these strips down, and I didn't align these papers and the tags very well on the layout, so I fussed with them quite a bit. I think I was thinking a little too hard into this, and if I would have just kind of put them down, I think I would have had them spaced out properly, but I was trying to do it with a ruler, and I just couldn't get them to align all that well. So I kind of fast forwarded through that because I just kind of felt it was a little frustrating for me, and I didn't want you guys to show too much of my frustration on there. But I did get it worked out once I kind of put the ruler away and just put the stuff on the layout and made it work. The tags on the right hand side of the photo, or right hand side of the layout right now, are not aligned properly on the page, but I will go back and align them up. So I took some of that arrow paper and I had actually cut it down to make a mat, but it was a little too narrow, so I actually ended up using the other piece. It was just a little wider, so I ended up using the other kind of off-cut piece, if you would like to say so, as my photo mat instead. And here I'm just using some of those little sticker pieces, and she said these were for, I think she said they were for your cell phone case or something like that. So I decided I was going to cut them up because they looked really funky, and the kind of little fins on the arrows were this multicolor pattern that matched the rainbow pattern that was kind of going on here. And then she had other embellishments that were in that package that she had sent me, and I kind of wanted to make each pattern paper its own color and kind of have its own monochromatic feel to it. So if I had a red embellishment, I was going to put on the red pattern paper, and yellow, if I had yellow embellishments, I was putting it on the yellow paper, and so on and so forth. So if that kind of makes sense. But it just wanted to kind of emphasize the rainbow look with having different kind of textures on each of those colors. So she had sent me some kind of orangish color baker's twine, so I tied that on the orange tag, and then there was some green embroidery floss, so I tied that on the green one. And I'm going to go back into my stash in a little while here, and I'm going to pull some baker's twine and embroidery floss out to kind of tie each of those tags into the layout. And then there was these little checkmark paper clips, and again, I just kind of took the ones that she had given me, and I'm just going to put them on each of the colors. And I'm just kind of rifling through the embellishments that she sent me. And there was these little film strip pieces, and I wasn't 100% sure what to do with them. I just thought maybe I would layer them on some of the pattern paper there. And you can see me just kind of going through, and these were some Smash book little strips, and they had this is so and you can put in the blank, and then it had 1 through 10 on it. And I was going to use one of those on each of the strips, but I decided not to. So I'm just kind of looking through, and I kind of know what I'm looking for, but not really all at the same time. I know I want to have different elements and a lot of variation of heights and textures on each of the pieces. So I'm just kind of going through everything that's there. So I'm fast forwarding quite a bit because it was just kind of a little time consuming on the video, not time consuming for myself, but just to go through the pieces. I just didn't want the video to be too long, me showing all the stuff that I was looking at. So here you can see I brought out the other twine, and this is where I'm going to start tying some of the tags anyway. And I'm just kind of looking at what matches best. And I had this old, I think this is from the Miss Caroline collection from My Mind's Eye. And I had some pink twine, but it just didn't really match all this well. So I found this twine in my stash, and it sure seemed to match quite a bit better. So I'm going to end up using that. And all I'm doing is just tying a basic knot. This is a picture of my nephew, and he was playing with my cell phone, and he was taking picture after picture after picture, and it was just so darn cute. And he was like making all these funny faces, and he was eating a piece of cheese in one of the pictures, and he was like opening his mouth and taking a picture of the cheese in his mouth. I just thought it was so cute. I just could just squeeze him all day long. I just love him so much. I think he's such an awesome kid, and he's so smart, and he's so funny. I just love his sense of humor. So anyway, these were kind of a whole bunch of the snapshots that he had taken on my iPhone, and I just thought if I did a nice photo collage in a black and white, then I could use whatever colors I wanted to, and that's why I decided to kind of do this rainbow effect with all of these items that Sandra had sent me. It was a really kind of playful way to kind of emphasize how he was playing around on my iPhone. I really liked that. And then you can see here I'm tying some embroidery floss on the bottom 2 tags. Just to kind of emphasize that there's that one, the green tag had embroidery floss on it, so it's not baker's twine. So the top ones have the baker's twine on the top of it, and then the bottom 3 will have the embroidery floss. Just so it's a little bit more of a solid color. Just kind of balanced everything off. And here I'm just putting down my little brown photo mat, and then I'm putting my nephew's pictures on top. Just kind of shuffling everything around, and I took everything off. I had some stuff going on here, but it was just kind of getting a little bit clustered, so I kind of fast forwarded a little bit, and I just wanted to clear the slate and start over because I had it a little bit too overwhelmed on each of those strips. So I just thought if I just pulled everything off and started fresh again, then I could have like a little bit of a more clean canvas to start off with. And I took these Tim Holtz strips, and I'm going to attach them at the top, and then I'm going to attach one at the bottom later on. And then there was these craft little labels or stickers. I'm not sure what you call them, but they're stickers anyway. And I decided I was going to use them. I wasn't just sure at that moment when or where. And here you can see me playing around with this strip, and I don't think I end up using it. I'm pretty sure I don't. But I'm going to attach it down for right now. And some of these little paper strips were kind of lifting a little bit with the paper clips, so I just decided to add a little bit more extra adhesive under each of them. So here I'm just kind of looking for some sort of sticker embellishment, and I like this sticker that says Hola, mi nombre es, and don't say that my Spanish is awful because I've never taken Spanish, so I'm just guessing that's what it says. So for all you people who speak Spanish, I hope I did it justice. So anyway, I'm just adding some more of these wood veneer pieces. I just thought that that would add a little bit of extra height to some of the layers, the paper layers. It almost looked like they were file tabs, so to speak. So I am attaching that film strip to the bottom just to kind of balance off the film strip on the top. And again, just attaching some more pieces, just kind of in a playful kind of manner. That's all I'm really doing, is just trying to make it look playful. You can see me putting down that craft label now. And I'll have to move it over just because the title that I was looking for needed to be a little bit wider. So that's going to end up being moved over a little bit. And here's this little craft heart, and it's from the same sticker sheet, and I'm going to put it over on the side there just to kind of balance off, because I have a lot of embellishments going on the left side, and I just kind of wanted to put something on the right, just kind of make it a little less heavy on the left, if that makes sense. And still just kind of playing with the layers. I had this sequin, I think this is from Heidi Swapp. It's a little sequin arrow, and I've never had these little sequin pieces, but they're really quite pretty. So I wanted to see if I could get that in there, and I had a little bit of difficult time with that arrow piece, and then there was another kind of like a little color strip that I was having troubles with, and I can't remember which one it is at this moment in time, but I'm pretty sure I will remember. And here's where I kind of boo-booed. I stamped this camera on the yellow, and I didn't like it at all. I was trying to kind of looking for a tone-on-tone look, and I didn't like it. So I was kind of bummed out about that. So I even cut out this piece to see if I could cover it up and make it look a little better, and I'm not going to end up using it. So I decided that the problem is I needed to have some sort of definition on each, not every single piece, but I need to have some sort of other color to kind of balance off some of the other pieces. So instead of using the yellow stamp, I used yellow paper with the black VersaFine ink, and that seemed to kind of make it a little bit better. It kind of balanced off some of that bright colors that were going on there. So I think that was kind of an important step to finish off this layout. It was just getting a little too monotoned. And I mean, I like the monotone look, but it just, because I had lots of other neutrals going on, I guess, that it needed something else to kind of ground down the photo. And there was black in the arrows too, so I needed to put black somewhere else. And so I'm just sticking that sticker down. It's just debating on where to put it. And I was going to put it down a little farther, but that other arrow is there, and I didn't want them to compete too much. So that's why I kind of put it towards the middle. And here I'm putting the other one down, pointing the other way. And just kind of moving stuff around. Again, I'm just more or less just fussing with each of those layers just to try and find what's going to work properly. And I'm going to stick that yellow camera down, but it's not going to end up staying there. So another thing what I did for my journaling, rather than just writing journaling somewhere, I decided I was going to journal on one of these little craft colored smash pieces that she sent. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're like little journal pieces, and it says like top 10. And all I did was just put my journaling on that, and then put my or cut them into strips, I'm sorry. So that way I could place them on each of the colored layers. So you can kind of see I'm just fussing to see where I want the placement of them to be. Just kind of moving things around, seeing if, you know, that's where they need to go. And then I decided to pop dot some of those pieces up because they just kind of felt like they were, if I was to lay them down the way they were, they would be a little flat. So a way to kind of fix that is to pop dot them up to kind of make them stand off of the page a little bit. So that's what I was doing there. And again, just kind of fussing with the placement, adding pop dots. On the chevron piece, I didn't add any pop dots on that one because it was off of the page anyway. And with it being kind of just glued to the bottom part, you could kind of see a shadow behind it, so it emphasized that it was off of the page. And again, just kind of fussing. This one was a little bit of a fussy one, and I don't normally do layout. Well, I guess I do. I do layouts where I do fuss on them quite a bit, but this one I kind of fuss a lot more than usual. I think it was just because it was so outside of my style that I had a hard time kind of getting past some of the things that were going on. So just gluing down that little tab piece. And we're going to see something coming up really soon that I wanted to show you guys. I left it in the video just to kind of give you a heads up on this particular thing, and I'll let you know when it's coming up. And again, just kind of fussing with the placement. This one's going to get, the yellow one's going to get fussed around quite a bit. It just felt a little off balance, and that's what I had a really hard time figuring out, is how to balance everything off. It was just very, very unbalanced. So I finally found a home for it. So I'm going to be putting that down. Just peeling off the backing of those dimensional adhesive. That's why I'm kind of off camera there. So that looks a lot better. It just felt a little weird just the way I had it before. So here I'm going to stamp this camera in the black on this red pattern paper. Now I end up losing it, so I'm going to actually stamp another one, which was kind of a pain. I hate losing stuff, but I don't even know where it went to. I think I have ghosts in my house because every time I turn around I have something missing. So I stamped this one out and I cut it out, but I'm going to have to do it again. But I like how it looks on that page, but it's not going to end up at that particular spot. And here I'm just going to spell out my title, and it's just simply my nephew's name, Sawyer. I didn't really want to have a super long title. I just wanted it to be one kind of a one word title, and I think that's all I needed to have on here. And you can kind of see it's a little too far to the right, so I'm just going to kind of shove everything over. And I am going to try my best to do a sketch for this. I'm not going to promise because I'm not sure how to make the tag design for this particular piece. And if I can't, then maybe I'll just take a picture of the sketch that I had designed. Oh, so here is where I boo-booed. Okay, so now you can see I'm struggling because I punched this wood grain paper and it's stuck. It was stuck really good, and I just bought this punch and I thought for sure it was broken. And somehow or another, I kind of just kept pressing it and it did back off. So phew, thank goodness. So I will never do that again with this wood veneer paper. Now, however, I did take this circle punch and it punched out perfectly fine. So I think with that wood veneer paper it would be fine if it was a more solid punch, like a circle, a square, a tab, or something like that. Something that is not small. But when it came to the more detailed punch, I don't think it could push through the paper well enough. So I definitely wouldn't do that again. I was so scared that I broke my punch. And I just punched those hearts out and then punched the circle out and then put it on that blue pattern paper. And it's kind of, that wood veneer paper is kind of a little bit see-through, so you can see the pattern through it, which is definitely an interesting look. See here, you can see me stamping another one of those cameras because I lost that other one. So sorry about that, guys. Having deja vu, I know. So you can kind of see me putting that camera over there. And I'm going to stamp out this blue one. And I don't think I end up using this one. I don't like the way the color was on it. So I think I stamp it out again if I remember right. Yeah, I did. I stamped it out again in a different pattern paper, and I'm going to put it on that dark blue, just kind of balance everything off, and I put that other pink one up at the very, very top. So here I'm going to show you the close-ups. So I know it's going to probably be hard to join us in on this challenge, but let's consider this a free week. So just make a layout and have fun with it and try different things. There's a couple ways you can play along. You can either leave us a video response below, either process video or layout share. You can tag us in Facebook. You can tag us in Instagram. Just please join along. It's really, really fun. And we can't wait to see what you make, and I'll leave our information below. So thanks everybody for watching, and stay tuned for the close-ups. Bye!